we're ready to go. Let's do a part 2. It's middle of the afternoon. I took the day off work because you use it or lose it for PTO, so why not? We'll get some work done on pinball. I'm kind of picking up where we left off. I did see that this coil here that had its bracket completely broken off right here. I'll raise it up a little bit. Yeah, this little tab was still on there, screwed on there. So we got a replacement bracket for it. And then I noticed when we took the coil off, there's a bit of a burn right here. And I pulled the wrapper back, and there's a bit of a burn mark right there. So I'm guessing it may have shorted out when it loosened up. It may have gotten on that little, I don't know, little gear cog thing or part of the stepper unit. So I'm not sure how compromised it is. It's probably a good coil. Oops, gotta make sure I lower my camera a little bit. If you can still see that, there's like a little burn right here. And then, let's see if I can find out where the burn is. It's kind of hard to tell. I think it's right there somewhere. But if it continues to step through and maybe it burns through the coil, then it'll open up and then we have to go chase after it. So these coils are not as cheap as they used to be, but if we can get a replacement in there, I think that's just for some peace of mind. We can take care of that. So we'll work on that next, and I think the next step would be to work on these slingshot assemblies because everything's kind of just flopping in the breeze here. So I'm going to hit pause for a second. I'll get some supplies and we'll get right on it. Alright, got a couple things going here. I got the plunger out from this little stepper unit. It's probably not a big deal that it's not clean, but I just dropped it. As long as it's clean, we're in good shape. But pick that up here. I'll get my light moved over here for you guys. I zoomed in just a little bit on the playfield, so hopefully things come in a bit more clear. Go ahead and get this guy cleaned up. This one's alright. Again, this is our little bonus stepper unit. We want to clean the contacts on the other side too. Move that out of the way. We'll take a closer look at this once it's out. And this guy here, I think we gotta figure out how that goes back on. Anyone know? It needs to grab onto this little stepper arm like that, maybe. It's to fit in right like that. There. We'll just go ahead and put the new one on. Got a new coil sleeve in there too. There's a couple layers here that are, looks like a ground strap. Let's go ahead and see if I can slip this on without the plunger falling off. My sleeve came detached. There we go. That's better. And we'll get the bracket on. New one. The other one was cracked that we talked about 30 seconds ago. Am I still on pause? Did I forget to unpause it? I think I'm good. Yep, I'm good. You can play a drinking game every time I say that. Did I unpause it? Don't play a drinking game with every time I look for a screwdriver because you'll probably die from alcohol poisoning or something. But I've never lost a tool. I still have the Phillips straight slot pliers and crescent wrench that my uncle gave me for Christmas one year when I was like 7 or 8 years old. They're cheap kids' tools, but I still use them. Not here, but I still have them. I don't lose things, I just temporarily misplace them. I kind of have the mad scientist approach. Let's get that in there. Doesn't feel right, but it is right. Nice. Got it. Now again, I've said this before, put a towel down right here, because if you drop something, it'll not bounce and it won't roll under the kind of the relay deck. So I can't see what I'm doing here, but I should be close. Uh-oh, is my bracket not the right size? Is this too wide? Don't tell me. Do I have the wrong size? I might have the wrong size. Where's that other hole? Oh, that is way... No, it's not way off. I can't tell if that's a shiny reflection or if that's the actual hole. I think I might be off. Let me get that plate. Here's the old plate. Yeah, I think those are closer together. Let me take a closer look. Because I thought we compared those coil stops and the distance was pretty similar. Yes, those are off. So I need to get an extra hole added here. Let me line this up. I did get my drill back last night, so that's good. Let me check this out here. Oh, they're not off by a lot. Okay, maybe they are. Yeah, just got to get a second hole. So depending on which one I line it up with, I have to make sure the coil's lined up so it doesn't plunge improperly. So let's see which way it needs to line up. Okay, that one's more appropriate. And we're functioning. So it needs to line up with the left one needs to be addressed. So if I rock it that direction, yeah, that's not as good. Just want to make sure everything's happy. Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and modify this bracket here and we'll get it put on. I'm going to go pause because I don't think you want to go stare at a blank screen for 10 minutes while I go out to the garage and drill a hole. So we shall be right back. Alright, we are back. And we have a proper fitting bracket. Hopefully, I haven't tried it out yet. Maybe I'll embarrass myself and it'll be still not the appropriate fitting. This looks better. Like I always say, to me it seems more appropriate to get things working and have a complete, solid working game before we start doing the cleanup and cosmetics of it, you know. So just kind of wiggle it around until we find something. There it goes. And we'll do the same over there on the other side with the new hole. Just hoping it grabs on. I'm not even looking to see if I'm off or on. I feel like it's angled down a little. There it goes. I think. I don't know. Are we going? I can't see because this big disc is in the way. I know I'm really close. Oh, gotta go up a little bit. Come on, what's going on? Gotta go up. There it is, I see it. Go up. Anything, I can get a different bracket here. I think the screw is just not long enough, it's not grabbing. That's my problem. Let me do this, back it out. got a little bit of material that's still hanging on there, and I think that's causing the screw to not seat properly. Let's file that down so it's correct. Yeah, on both sides it's not seating properly, so we need to fix that for sure. Alright, that should be more better. It took a little bit longer than I thought, but you didn't notice a difference. Had a couple phone calls. There's a friend of mine sold a pinball and got it delivered and has a score reel issue, so I'm going to go take a look at that for him tomorrow. And then there's another gentleman who called on a Gottlieb far out, so wants some service done. And then we've got another one, Firepower 2, they want to have gone through, so Firepower 2, I think we're going to touch base in December, and then the far out, I just left him a message, so we'll see how that goes. I think I told everybody I was going to take a break. And the phone keeps ringing. People want pinballs fixed, and look at that, our bracket's in good shape. We want to make sure it steps properly. It's a little bit frozen, so we're going to have to go ahead and probably clean all this up here. Let's see. I don't know where we are in the step process. Yeah, it's definitely frozen. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's got to be all cleaned up. Maybe I can tighten the spring a little bit too. Let's do that. Let's give it one more winding and see how that helps, if it helps. Dismount this here. We're going to go around once more. Don't want to wind it up too tight. That seems better. Just need a little more oomph there. And we can get that cleaned up right here. I don't know how well you guys can see that or not. So it's funny, as we took that plunger piece out, now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to take the other side out. I think that this should come all the way home. Yeah, there's home. And that's still loose in there. Yep, so that's not binding up. That's good. That's what we want. That plunger is not binding, but this whole armature here might be just a little bit tight. So we'll get this pin off the E-clip. And it's probably going to go flying. And I'm going to regret it. Nope, it's going to go right between my fingers. Look at that. Bam. Got a washer right there. And that's going to come off after we take that switch stack off. We also want, I think I said that about 10 times already, got to clean those wipers. Just get this out of the way. I'm going to hold that stack together so we don't have the same incident in part one where I get all, not flustered, but just kind of a little disoriented when you lose one piece of bakelite. You don't know where everything else is going. So fortunately it wasn't that bad. Alright, that's pretty straightforward there. Alright, that guy kind of slips out down below. And let me take this spring off here and this spring off here. And I think that's pretty obvious where everything goes, right? Oh yeah, it's pretty dirty, pretty greasy. It's not about the dirt, it's about the grease. So a lot of that needs to be cleaned up. Oh yeah, it's got that old grease on there. It turns to glue over time. So let's go find our cleaner. I know where it is. Almost started cleaning it and forgot to unpause it that time. So that dirt's already been there, but we're going to come in right here on this little post where that bracket lives. I think I got my iron plugged in too back there, don't I? I know it's plugged in, but I don't know where it is. Ooh, look at that. See? Alright, that's a lot cleaner. This guy needs to be cleaned out. Find a safe place to spray this. Always go back and rewatch the video if I have to, if I lose my spot on how all this stuff lines up. Get all that dirt out of there. I'm gonna go upstairs and give this a floor cleaner bath. Go. Let's see how it looks now. Do you guys remember how it goes back on? That piece right in there. And this guy kind of hung out somewhere in here. Like that. And nothing went on there. The spring went on here, I believe. Like that. This guy goes down here. I'll put the washer on first. Everything's in reverse order, right? E-clip. Better. Lots better. Still a little stiff in here, but I'll have to take this piece out. A lot better though. Oh, can't forget. Put that switch stack back on, because we're not going to take this apart for anything else. So, which way goes first? I think the screws go first, then the bakelite. It goes like this, right? See, now I don't remember. I'd be willing to bet. If I have to go back and watch it, I can. It was either like this or like this. I don't think it was like that. That looks better. Yeah, that looks like it's in a more down position. Well, we'll find out if it starts acting up. Usually it looks weird to have a screw go right on top of bakelite. So this has to be it. There's one. And where's the other screw? There it is. looks better. Okay. I think at some point it forces it to stop. Maybe not. That'll be the stopping point. By the time it opens up. So we'll see where it opens up, where the stars line up. Get it? I'm serious. Where the stars line up on the playfield here. If they line up like at the top, they should be at the bottom. They should line up right at the bottom there when this thing is completely reset. If they line up at the top, that means I'm off by a few. So, but I think this is correct. So, like I say, not often do you have a switch stack where you're going like right into bakelite like that. So, got some other scoring contacts that we need to get seated on, like that. There should be a backing for this, like we talked about earlier. We might even have one right here. Got something. Got a rivet. Where's the plate? Did I leave it here? Nope. We can go find those. I got a whole pile full of them in the basement, so. Yeah, this needs to be seated in here. We got some new hardware for it since I don't have a riveting system. So make sure those contacts line up properly. They'll probably need to be readjusted. Get a couple. Oh, here it is right here. These screws are cut to length, so I'll have to cut them after I put them on. So hopefully the screws aren't so long I can't put the playfield back down. That's not, okay, this one's good here. I was looking in the wrong spot. Oh, is this hardware's gonna be a perfect fit? Barely. I might have to open up this bracket a little bit because the screws might be just slightly too big. So we're gonna go do that. Yeah, that should be easy to remember how that bracket goes on. Probably use the same drill bit, I bet. That goes into the playfield. All right, I'm gonna go open these holes up a little bit. All right, perfect. At least I got it right the first time. Now the one I own, like I say, I think I said this in the last video, I do own a Superstar, not this one. This one's actually going to turn out nicer than mine for the official record when it's done. I had several of these switch stacks that were, the rivets were just broken off, so it must have been a bad batch back in the day. Should be I feel like there should be one more bakelite thingy, but we can always, let's see, the rubber ring's gonna come this way, so the big piece goes that direction, so I guess it doesn't matter significantly. Just trying to think of how healthy or happy the wires are being bent one direction versus the other. Yeah, let's do this. And that's not going to work. That's going to work. Those insulators are just the perfect size. Unfortunately, I have to turn the screw. There. Oh, I took my insulator with. I don't want to do that. I don't like that. I just want to push it. But I have to turn it. Maybe I can. No. Not taking too long. Get that other one started. Ideally, I'd have my pop bumper apart by now, so I can more easily get to it, or I can do this with the bracket not mounted on the switch stack. But I wanted to put the bracket back on so I can make sure I'm properly lined up, because my luck, I put it all together and I'm on the wrong side of the bracket. I could have tested it. I think I said this last time, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Make sure that's in there. Now if I have my special nut driver, I can easily put those neoprene nuts on there. This one's going easier than the other one for whatever reason. For those of you who don't know, Bakelite is an excellent insulator. So when I say insulator or Bakelite piece, that's interchangeable. Alright, that piece is in. That piece is almost in, except I gotta get that slid back in there. You probably can't see what I'm doing, but I got that middle insulator that goes around the screw is popping out on one side, so I need to make sure everything's lined up so I can push that back in there, just like that. Just what I wanted. Now I'd like to find a certain wrench that allows me to easily slip a nut on there. So let me see if I can find that. Well, I didn't find the tool, but I found a tool. So, you know, I'm gonna work on getting this pop bumper taken off here because it's kind of getting in the way. But I got almost everything tightened down. In fact, it is on pretty tight. I just have to finish getting that all on there and then trim off the rest of the screws. So I'm gonna work on getting this pop bumper taken apart because it's getting in my way. It's got to come apart anyway. We're going to rebuild these pops at some point, probably sooner than later. So usually that, and then what else comes with it? The nut driver for the ring and rod. tighten this thing down because it keeps bumping as I bump the cabinet. That's a little bit better. That's the holdup. These bumpers were pretty resilient because they used that bridge rectifier in there. So I haven't really seen a lot of problems with these pop bumpers, and they're very strong too, so that's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna finish tightening that down. That's much easier. And now that bakelite struggles to find a home among all those other pieces. There it goes. Just kind of force it in there. You know what, even one screw is almost enough. It's so strong now compared with the existing configuration, but you gotta put 100% effort into this, because if you don't, it's going to come back to bite you. Can't take shortcuts in pinball. You can use a screwdriver. I'm a big stickler for hand tools. I mean, as soon as you use a power screwdriver or drill or something like that, now you start stripping things out, and I hate that. I'm not say it's old school, but I'm a big stickler for hand tools. It takes longer, but I like to get the work done right. I'm looking at that pop bumper assembly or slingshot on the left there that needs to be done, and the one on the right that also needs to be done. Maybe next time I go out to the garage, I'll grab the appropriate parts for that. We can put that back together next. I'm starting to get hungry for lunch too. Just about, not quite. Oh, that's good. That'll have to be adjusted. For all we know, I can just feel the tension on it. It's probably already out of adjustment significantly. So when we take the plastics off, we'll see what's going on. We'll do that sooner than later, so when we start a game, it doesn't jam on. You know, that's a pretty good joke for this title of this game, Jam On. You know, now I could probably have to get a cutter to trim these screws down, just to get things out of the way for now. of tension on that. So when we take the plastic off, we'll see that. We'll look on top. I'll point that out to you. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. Might have a little bit of food here. All right. Wipe that barbecue off my face. I had some ribs from Costco. I made some uncooked ones from there, and then these are the pre-cooked ones. Just wanted to try it if I wanted to just stock up for having people over and whatnot. And they weren't very good. I mean, they were edible, but you know, it's whatever. So, yeah, if you're hungry enough, they're good. I mean, I'm not a picky eater, and I'd eat them again, but I wouldn't go out of my way and start craving them or anything. So, let's get this coil solder back on, because I'm getting irritated by watching it dangle there. I'm not really irritated. Bet you my iron is nice and warm. Yes, it is. And the handle's warm too, because I had it facing face down. So how do I want to come around to this? Let's get this tripod out of the way. Like that. Okay. That didn't sound good. It's because it wasn't. My camera's freezing up yet? Nope, 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 nope. Good. Alright, yeah, just that one time I set everything up, I had one camera freeze on me before or was that part of part one? I don't remember, but no other camera issues. That used to happen when I was doing live streaming for actually playing, but I'm lucky that hasn't happened since. Alright, so we have a little jumper right here, looks like that goes to this other coil just to save on running it to another unit. They just bumped it right over there, so that's easy enough to take care of. Maybe we'll put this on the outside and put this one on the inside. Oh, so yeah, it's nice and warm. I'm just trying to get it to all come off at once. I don't think it's going to. No. Kind of twisting around a little bit. I was going to find that little burn mark. Was that it? Oh, there it is, a little bit deeper maybe? I can't tell. No, regardless, it's good to have it out of the way. It's probably fine. I don't know, I can't tell. There's maybe some more burnage right in here. It's hard to tell. You know what? I bet you this coil is just fine, but I might even save it for future use. In case coils are impossible to get. I hope that day never comes. I bet you it's alright. But, you know, I'll put it in one of my games or something like that. Put some masking tape on this or something. I want to go do that right now. Yeah. I just feel better having a new coil on there. So. Get some fresh solder on here. Maybe go take this white one, go through the center hole. Wrap it around, then we'll put the common on there. Kind of refresh that here a little bit. Beautiful. Still got to look at that a little bit more, but it seems a lot better. Ah, look, I found another one too. Jeez, one of those, you can't see it from here, but another one of those switch stacks or little contact stacks is completely loosened up again. Take care of that right now, I suppose, before I forget about it. This time I'm going to do it with the bracket off. It's going to go like this. First we need to get those holes widened up. Up to the garage for the drill. Go. Yes. All right, 2 more screws right over there. I got 6 of them, so I got enough to do 1 more switch, and I think 1 more switch is all I need. So make sure that lines up there. Easier and smarter to do it when it's not on the bracket. Now this one's going right through it. Look at that. I didn't even have to turn it in just to go through the bakelite. Famous last words. Is this one going to have the same problem? And I'm going to use some new, I had a box of them right here. That was into the metal, not into the wood. This one isn't very much easier, is it? I'm not crazy about this, but it's whatever. Somebody's calling me. Oh, it's John. Let's see what he wants. I'm going to pause here. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, on the Farmington is Wednesday. All
right, we're back. Yeah, my phone started ringing. I was talking to John just for a little bit about a couple games, and then had a couple text messages come through for work. So as I keep screwing my things in, I forgot, hey, we're in the middle of a video here. So I'm going to stop. One of my buddies has got a buck hunter just right down the street. I told him I'd take a look at it for him real quick too. So I'll help him out there. So hopefully it's an easy fix or a quick fix. It's a newer game, so it shouldn't be that bad, right? But as you can see, our primary focus here is the old mechanicals, but they've been known to work on the newer stuff. I used to work on pinballs for a living, so. But just more recently, I've kind of just fell into a love for the old mechanicals and enjoy focusing on these, mostly to help the pinball community in the cities, because there's not really a lot of people who are doing it right now. Well, we're going to have to check the adjustment on this too. In fact, I got to text the guy. The guy I just talked to on that one far out. I need to text him a link to the videos that we're putting out right now. So get this put back in here. I don't even know if this is on the right side or the wrong side of the rubber ring, but just want to get her back in place. Put that other screw right there. Yes. Let's see. Cool. 5:30. 5:30 tonight. Gonna go look at that buck hunter. Hopefully we can get it working for him. Don't know what it is. Don't know what's wrong. What's left? This is going to stay apart because we're going to rebuild our pops. Maybe I'll just take this apart right now to see what the damage is. See how worn they are. Yeah, when I did mine, I mean, no two games are the same, but you can kind of get a general idea of which direction things are going to go. But since there's some playfield wear around there, you never know. Anything's possible. These aren't too bad, but still need to go through them. Metal piece is in one piece, so I might replace that just to help increase some of the power. Just set all that stuff down for now. My only concern about these being fractured is because the slingshots were completely broken off, but just want to make sure these are healthy. Looking everything over. Make sure I don't have any other switch stacks that are hiding under here, for example, that are about to pop off. I don't think so. Of course, that's a shooter lane, so you're not going to see anything over there. Is this our last one? Yeah. This one up here is our last one. I could almost use a step stool right now. Trying to pull these rivets out. My little pliers. Might unplug that iron too, because I don't think I need that anytime soon. Except maybe the end of stroke switches. As always, rebuild the flippers. pry it out of there without taking the whole stack apart. Like that. Then I got one piece of Bakelite that needs to go back on. That's roughly back in there. So I should get a screw in there before things fall apart again. There's 1 and 2. And which way is that going to go? That way? Yes. Okay, this one's a little bit more rigid or narrower like the first one, but the second one was pretty easy. Got that drill out in the garage, I'm thinking about it. Now the question is, did I do that right? Yes, I did. For the contacts, that one goes, yep, I did it right, so the bracket goes on the other side, so I'm good. Now what I could be doing right now, and I think I'm going to do it, so I'll work on putting those nuts on at the same time I'm screwing that switch stack on. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Like I say, normally the games I work on don't have this issue, so I'm not really used to doing this. But I'm going to go out and drill this last bracket. And hopefully that should be it for broken switch stacks. Oops. Yeah, the back side of this rivet is still on here. You can still see it. See how the top hole's smaller? Alright. I'm not going to say it a third time. I'm back. Thanks for not going anywhere. It's alright, you don't have to sit there while I go out in the garage. You just skip ahead. I gotta start thinking here. Anytime I go do that too, as long as I'm on pause, I check my phone, I text people back and all that stuff too. So I kind of easily lose track of what I was doing and how I was doing it. A couple nuts. Oh, I forgot to text that guy with that far out. He wants to. Let me do that right now. Recents before I forget. Send message. So we're gonna say, I'm gonna make sure you can't see his phone number from here. On YouTube, the channel is Pinball. Outpost. 3 of my most recent projects are on there. Working on this first. Williams Now videos should be up soon. to remind me I have to leave in a couple hours too to go look at that buck hunter. I don't want to forget about him. Nice thing is he's 2.5 blocks away. Oh, yeah, because I'm gonna have to start one of these because the nuts are too close together. Now, part of me feels like it's my first time using a screwdriver. It's kind of fun just experimenting with the ways you could possibly see you could be more efficient. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. I gotta do this up over my head, so that's gonna make it more strenuous. If I turn both at the same time, I feel like I'm getting more done. Of course, doing that slow is no different than just doing this faster, so whatever. I was gonna mow the lawn today, but it's not that long, so. Ah, arms are getting sore. I'm strong, but I'm not that strong. Just gonna take off this other slingshot because I think we're gonna work on the slingshots next. Because these brackets are completely broken off, as we showed you earlier. Found it. That's where that's. I found a spring on the floor, and I was wondering where it was from. And I bet you it came flying off when I took this other bracket off. I think it's sitting right there, and there it is. Nope, that's at the end of the line there. From there, I gotta use the pliers. Be nice to do this. You know, I could probably do this with it mounted back on. Uh-oh. My light went out. Let me grab another battery as soon as I turn this in all the way. Go. Alright, did we get that one done? I think we did. Let's see if I can mount that. Yeah, let me mount that, and then I don't have to try and balance it in midair as much, huh? It's nice these screw lengths are all the same. Nuts getting in the way. From that perspective, I should have put the screw on first, or should have mounted it first, but there's going to have to be a way around that somehow. If I can hand tighten it to get it low enough, I can get it with the driver the rest of the way. In fact, if I have a smaller Phillips, I know I had one laying right there. Where did that one go? Do you guys see where I put it? Darn. Thought I had that. There it is, right there. Aha. That's solid. It's going to have to be adjusted, obviously. There we go. Less effort needed. Oops. UPS came today. I still haven't checked the front door. Oh yeah, I did. Just sounds like UPS is back again. Maybe that's FedEx. think I'm done doing those switches that broke off. And then we got this bracket here. So it's like quit staring at stuff and actually get some work done here. Gotta take those nuts off the back. Yep. Can't get away with that. Too big. I need 1/4 inch. Yes. Yep, that was UPS again. I can just tell by the engine. Or maybe it was the school bus. Make sure we got the right coils. 23,750. I wonder if, okay, the pop bumpers are 23,750, so I'm assuming the slingshots are correct in being 23,750. And I see that something is broken off on here, so maybe that replacement one that I didn't throw in the garbage. In fact, I need this old bracket here to get that same hardware off. Right here. Can anybody see what I'm doing anywhere? Oh, oh, I'm turning a screwdriver. Look at that. Taking the same bracket off the other one. Yeah. This can be thrown away. But I want to find... I saved something here. That was the kicker right here. Maybe that was the part that was ordered but never put in. I see it. Jeez, why did I bury it? Is that even the right one? I don't think it is. Yeah, this looks like the wrong one. Because there's that end of stroke switch that should open up here. There's one on here. There's not one on here. Or is there? That opens it up, doesn't it? But it's not really adjusted very well. So I think we're good. But we'll keep it here just in case we find one of those is fractured or something. So let's get those new brackets going. Let me go find those. I know exactly where they are for a change. They're in one of the doors in my truck. Don't ask how I know that. Alright. We got coil sleeves and we got pop bumper brackets. And we got springs. Where'd the other one go? I had the first one, I had the second one. I think it's down here somewhere, isn't it? This I need too. That was that. I need to find the other one of these. Or is it still up there? Where'd it go? Oh my goodness. There it is. So let's look at this one first because it's closer. Not with the old and with the new. There's a whole other thing we're going to talk about too, are these guys. It'll be a fun conversation. These plungers are pretty clean. They're in good shape. Bake light's good. One of those. Two of these. One paper towel. Something like that. There it goes. Push it down in there. The nut. It's a small nut and a large nut here. I think I need the small one. One more. Where did these all go? There's another one. I think I'm missing one. Or did that bracket not have one? I don't remember. Oh, they're right there. Look at that. Let's put the 1/4 inch on. That's got to go down lower. Let's loosen that up. There we go. Get that spring out. Now the question is, do I put this in now or wait till I rebuild the flippers? I don't know. I'll stay on topic here and just finish it up. There's that spring. Functioning the way it should. Yes. There's one that's fixed. Just looking at that switch there to see if it needs to be adjusted. Alright, I have to cut that other one off. Go find something sharper than me. Alright, found a razor blade. Try not to cut myself here. Now the coil's good, so we're going to try and preserve it quite easily. There we go. Now, what else do we need? The other spring, the other sleeve. Oops. And then the bracket. I might be standing on the other side here in a minute. Probably. Probably yes. Let's get that going there. Alright, I'm going to go to the other side. I'll plug that iron finally. Oh, why do I want my iron plugged in? I don't need it in. Other than to heat the house. It's funny, that light went out as soon as I... Do I even have any more batteries? I think I got like one left. Alright, last battery. So I turned the brightness down just a little bit so we get some more life out of it. But once that battery goes, I think I'll be done for this session. We'll call it a part 2. I'm kind of, I mean, I could theoretically just pause the video and go to bed and come back the next day, but I get nervous that something happens and all the work gets undone. Make sure that's lined up. feel the slingshot here. Get in there. Found it. That's half the fun. Alright, repairs are coming along. Why is it, okay, that coil's part of the pop bumper. Yeah, I think we're kind of at, yeah, maybe I will stop right here because we've pretty much got a lot of the repairs done underneath. Rebuilding the pop bumpers, that's kind of for a different day or a different video, or maybe I'll skip that because I've done other videos where we have been working on rebuilding the pop bumpers, but maybe some people want to see it done again. Maybe the owner of the machine wants to see it get done because it's their game, makes it more special, right? Trying to think, maybe for next video I'll set up with the cameras in the back and we can focus on the score reels a little bit. Yeah, we got some good progress done today. I mean, I'm at an hour and a half, but I took a couple breaks and back and forth a little bit and get everything done. So it's a process. So yeah, let's call that a part 2 and we'll do a part 3, maybe later tonight or tomorrow. We'll see you guys later.